lights off, you turn the camera off, and I'll be naked when you come back.
Ladies and gentlemen and listeners all around the world, welcome to the one, the only People's Pipe Bomb. Is he just going to be on there for a little bit? I know he showed up to fuck with all this because they're like old homies. They're like training partners back in the day.
I don't know if anything's happened since, but I don't know.
Alright, man. What kind of cookies are you?
Butter crunch?
So you got Butter Crunch from Linden's. And then you got Famous Amos. So there's like bag cookies all over the table here, man.
I mean, loyalty.
Linden's, that classic corner store, the bodega cookie of the year. And Famous Amos, Rodney, did you walk by a vending machine on your way here? What happened?
No.
You're out here.
You know what I need? Some Millie cake.
Yeah, right.
I could go for like some like really gimmick. I could go for some fucking chumpies or something.
Yeah, you want some chumpies? some homegirls?
Some rap snacks. Get the old school Belle Biv DeVoe rap snacks.
Wait, was there a Belle Biv DeVoe rap
Oh
snack?
yeah, there was. It was the sour cream, wasn't it?
I was like the original, right?
Yeah. Old school.
Belle
Back
Biv
when
DeVoe.
Romeo was Little Romeo.
Yeah,
Now they
right.
got grown Romeo on the rap snacks. It's a fucking travesty. Anyway, welcome to the People's Pipe Bomb Podcast, the pro wrestling podcast where we lobby for the jobbers, advertise for the body guys, and amuse the marks while we recap and react to the world of wrestling. I am your too pretty for TV host, Cole Keith, and with me as always my co-host, Doctor of Psychology, Doctor of Wrestling Psychology,
Yeah, get
Mr.
it right.
Grayson Board.
I spent years to get that doctorate. Thank you very much. Please get it right.
How you doing, Grayson?
I'm doing great. Just booked my ticket to Japan.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking Japan.
You're gonna face Okada at Dominion?
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Gonna go get to see some Stardom live. I'm excited for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We're gonna get tickets to go see Stardom. That's gonna be
Very
fun. Not sure if New Japan is gonna be what's happening with New Japan yet. Their schedule has not released, but maybe I'll get to see some New Japan in Japan as well.
That'd be really fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
Cork and Hall, man, do it up.
Oh, I wish. I fucking wish. Oh.
And as always, to my right, we got 2 T's, 2 D's, no stems, no seeds, because Acapulco Gold is some badass weed. Fat Rob, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, appreciate you there, man. Keith. I forgot everything I was trying to say. I didn't even come out like that. I would like to hear that back.
How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Always, man.
No problem.
I'll start giving you some bars like that, man. I got you on the next episode.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to bar you up. You don't know, I'm at work, like, in the basement all day, like, damn. What am I gonna rhyme 2 T's, 2 D's with?
Listen, if anybody wants to sponsor the People's Pipe Bomb, trust me, we will work for you if you want to put in, you know?
That's true.
You know, we'll find time to not go to work and,
Yeah.
you know, pay our bills with your donation.
For
You know,
real.
thank you, man.
You got a business, you want us to like shout it out like it's fucking dope. Like, yo, Famous Amos, hit us up. We're eating them cookies right now. Vending machine's finest. Yo, the rap snacks? Come on.
The
let me tell you.
tea? Or what's the brand of tea?
The passion, the
peach.
Perfect peach.
Right, but who makes it?
Is it just Bigelow?
Is it Bigelow?
Might just be Bigelow.
Or Celestial Seasonings, maybe.
I think we're doing
is.
a really
It's that
bad
one.
job of selling it right
I think
now.
it's Celestial Seasonings. Celestial Seasonings, hit us up. We're always drinking your perfect peach.
I think we need to work on our advertising game, but also plug in our own shit. Of course, you know, we have our Instagram and our Twitter, People's Pipe Bomb Pod. At me, bro. Find me and at me.
Tell them.
And then, we got People's Pipe Bomb on the YouTube with some backlog episodes. And we got, of course, our SoundCloud where you are most likely listening to this right now. And that is soundcloud.com/People's Pipe Bomb Pod. Keep it simple for everybody. And, gentlemen, this is episode 5, our New Year's recap episode, where we're going to recap all of the great things from the year of wrestling that was 2019. An amazing year, if I may say so myself. And, you know, just to start it all off, I'd like to, you know, as my man Y2J, as my man the Jerigoat would do. They're shielding their eyes. I got a little bit of the bubbly. Happy New Year! Woo! course.
Whoop, whoop.
That was, I decided I just wanted to. I could download the sound of a champagne bottle popping, but like, I got to do it for real.
You know, Cole Keith is about that authenticity.
This is a shoot, okay?
All right.
How was your holiday season, gentlemen?
I work, guys.
Yeah, you got work?
Work like a dog. Work like a dog. But I made it to 2020.
You did?
So I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, Grayson, how you lived through all of 2019? How was that?
It was good. It was good. I
Came out the other end.
it was. I thought I maybe wasn't gonna survive through Raw on Monday, but I managed to survive through it and make it to the other side. I really doubted for a second if I was gonna make it.
Thank God for Lana and Lashley. That's all I'm saying. Did you see fucking Montez Ford with the tweet? He tweeted out because Lashley had some like weird eyebrow makeup on, and when Lana went to kiss him, it smeared all over her face.
My
And
gosh.
Tez like tweeted out, "Lana just kissed the black off of Bobby Lashley." Oh God.
That's great. They need more screen time. Like actually, they need more in-ring time.
Street Profits, not Lana and Lashley.
Right. Yes. Let me make that clear. Yes.
Cool. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to get started with talking about some of the highlights from each of the companies we generally discuss. So I was going to start off with, why not? Let's start off with the newest wrestling company on the block. We got AEW. They debuted this year. This time last year, they were having press conferences and package pile driver and dudes on stages and all sorts of bullshit. And now they've had a whole year under their belt, essentially. A couple of pay-per-views, a weekly television show. Thoughts on AEW this year? Highlights and some disappointing shit too. Why not?
I just feel like my overall opinion, because I'm probably always the least excited at the table about AEW. I wasn't excited, but I greatly appreciate, what they mean to wrestling and, the core values of what they're trying to push back into wrestling. Even though I don't agree with, all the gimmicky shit that they do, because they're just as gimmicky as the E.
For sure.
More
gimmicky in a lot of ways these days.
Maybe, and they're just as nostalgic and in a different way. I appreciate what they do for wrestling, but I feel like they're igniting the rest of the organizations and companies around the world, to get better and push for that. This is just a group of guys who, they did it with just wanting to be in the talks and be in the fight.
Yeah.
And they're in it.
Yeah.
They
did it on the internet, basically.
The fans thought they'd be number one. I'm not saying that they was running around saying, we're going to be the greatest wrestling company of all time, but they, they matter. It's like when you mention wrestling from this era, they're definitely going to be talked about for sure. Yeah. And it's like they're still growing.
They made it happen themselves. They made themselves into something using the internet and not having to rely on Vince McMahon's machine. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to play the game. Mm-hmm. And now they're set up as fucking executive vice president.
Gotta believe in yourself sometimes, man.
You bet on yourself. They're going through a little bit of a rough patch now, in my opinion, creatively, obviously. I think most people would agree with that, with some of the choices with like the Dark Order schmaz and the Nightmare Collective and some of the hokier shit they got going on. But I do think that when it's all said and done, we've mentioned this before, I think Cody is going to be remembered as a really good booker. I think he's going to kind of go down like his old man. I feel like he's going to have a long career in wrestling and probably be known less for his in-ring work at the end of the day. I think he's going to be a good executive and booker. I feel like that's where he's
I'm not mad at that, though.
Yeah.
Because I believe that he really loves wrestling. It's not just... Yeah. Even though I think he schemed the shit out of the independent market to make this happen.
Oh, he did.
And it's like...
He just plopped down there for a couple of years and then put it all together.
I feel like he knew he could pull this off if he put that time in.
Yeah.
And he definitely stole the market.
Yeah.
He got the biggest names. He got the best wrestlers. He lined up with them guys. He took them from a good position in New Japan.
Yeah.
A great position in New Japan. Yeah. But he brought them back, home to, I guess, the United States. Yeah. And it's like, that's dope for them and their families, too. It's like, you get to be around your family. You don't got to be away for so long.
For sure.
So many points. Less traveling in the air.
Yeah, and they're doing less traveling than, they're doing a different type of traveling than WWE does also. Like, they have one show weekly. Mm-hmm. They have less pay-per-views. Like, from what I understand, like the wrestlers really love it because they, like you said, they get more time with their families. The shows also, they've only been like on the East Coast so far, so they're not traveling as far when they're like doing these events. Either.
Yeah, I think it's going to change. Next year they're going to be in, I think, Britain.
I've heard they're going to travel more, but at the same time, I feel like their whole like scheme is to try to make it like a place where people want to go because like quality of life shit is a little bit better too than WWE's. Like, not to shit on them because it's a lot better than it used to be, but it's still, that's a grind. You're like on the road all year essentially.
I think my favorite thing so far in AEW has probably been the promos. I think I've really enjoyed the promos. I've really enjoyed the tag team wrestling. I've really just been enjoying that it's something new. Who knows what the heck is going to happen because it's new. Those have been, I think, for me, the biggest highlights about AEW. Women's division has been... It's been disappointing for sure, especially when seeing some of the names that they had.
Bring it out, just like the honesty. That's all I want to hear is honesty.
Yo, dude, the Riho, excuse me, is not believable for me as a champion. Like, I can't, I know she did her thing in Japan and whatnot, but it just doesn't work. Hikaru Shida,
she's great. I think she's the best that they have probably.
Yeah.
AEW.
But they don't have like a very deep roster. So they don't know what they're doing.
It's interesting though. Like again, they have like people like B. Priestley and Jamie Hayter wrestling a ton in Stardom, and like they've wrestled like hardly at all in AEW. I don't know if that just means they're not coming back. I don't know if they're like really slow playing their cards on this Brandy Rhodes Nightmare Collective thing.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Can I ask y'all something?
What's up?
Have they botched Britt Baker?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest Britt Baker fan in the world.
Listen, there was a lot of hype
around her.
There's a lot of hype behind her. Her little undefeated streak for a minute.
Yeah.
The show that they had in Philly and the fact that they were going to be in Pittsburgh the week after.
Yes.
And she took it just was.
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
Like that was like.
They
botched.
They botched that, but also I don't want to
Yo, you think she
I
tried
don't
to get fired?
What's up?
You think she tried to get fired?
Try to get fired, go to NXT.
To go to where the real women's wrestler champions are.
There's no spacer in it. She will not have a chance in NXT.
Listen,
the problem with
she could join the Undisputed Era, and it's all money from there.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think with Britt Baker, I don't want to talk shit because I love all wrestlers. I respect the workers, but I think that she seems to have less charisma than I think they initially thought. She's pretty good in ring, but she doesn't have a whole lot of like on the mic skills or like she just. I don't know. She has a hard time taking it to that next level character-wise.
I seen a great person get pushed as a dentist before also, and it just didn't work.
Dr. Yankum?
Yes.
My man, Dr. Yankum?
Dentists just don't work in the game. Pulling teeth is just a real life thing that goes on behind the curtain. And we don't want to joke about it out front. Britt Baker over Rio. And in AEW, it make more sense to me.
See, my thing with Riho, I think the idea with Riho is that she's supposed to be like the ultimate babyface because she's so much smaller than everybody else, and she just like
but that's why it doesn't
super
work.
Smiley, just like oh hey look at me, I'm smiling all the time, and like I'm such a nice person, and like
but she doesn't read in America.
She doesn't really like dominate her matches though.
Other than all the fucking DDR
of her matches.
You know what match I think would be fire for Rio?
What?
Rio versus Marco Stunt.
Yeah, that would be great.
Legit,
that would be great. Marco's stunt would put in work too. Marco's stunt. See, now Marco's stunt is a more. It's because it's not necessarily about her being so small and so lightweight. It's just her moves. Like I've had this discussion.
She don't sell that ass whipping, yo.
No,
that's what it is.
She doesn't sell that well.
Marco Stunt sells that ass whipping.
Her physicality when she's hitting is not that hard. Like it's. You know what I mean? Like, there's no momentum.
She's like under 100 pounds.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying though is like, I believe Rey Mysterio when he's beating somebody's ass. Yeah. I've seen some Marco Stunt matches where I believe he's like hitting people. He's like,
it's the intensity that they bring on when they make the push in a match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like the physicality is believable. They're like connecting more or getting like it looks more organic. But Riho, I don't see it personally.
Yeah, I hear you.
God,
Shout out to Rio though, you know.
Yo, champ, still the champ.
First AEW champion, longest reigning AEW.
So I'll say on Dynamite yesterday,
Yeah.
Riho retains the belt with a roll up. With a roll up, kind of out of nowhere.
devastating move in sports entertainment.
Yeah, kind of like out of nowhere, type win, and she's supposed to be cutting a promo in the back, and Britt Baker comes up there and like cuts a really brief promo of like, you're never around here, and I'm carrying the women's division in AEW because you're never here, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I like that they're at least acknowledging that. And that Britt Baker's getting to talk a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, she needs the reps, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would like to see Riho just be wrestling more, honestly, in AEW. I think that's the only way you're gonna get people to like her more.
She might need a faction.
Is to have her the Riho faction.
She needs to turn heel.
What were we saying before that she's the Brock Lesnar of
pretty much
of AEW.
She is the Brock Lesnar.
Pretty much Vader.
What did I say? It was like Beast Bout Machine.
Don't tell nobody you can't be something in AEW because they will prove you wrong.
But so I mean, AEW, I am very happy that it exists. My favorite things are similar to Grayson's. I really like the promos. I like the character work that they're able to do because they don't have as many restraints as the main roster WWE people as far as like what you could say, how you can structure your own promos and stuff. What I don't like about AEW is the double-edged sword. Sometimes it feels like Nitro and that's awesome. Sometimes it feels like Nitro and that's a bad thing. So
no, that's facts.
That's kind of where I'm at with AEW. But you know what? Good luck to them in 2020. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to their next pay-per-view in February. So that should be
Revolution.
Dun 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 dun.
Get some MJF Cody action and what the fuck else is happening. Probably Mox Jericho.
Unless Mox decides to join.
He might join the fucking Inner Circle.
I'm not caught up on AEW, guys. Sorry I didn't watch it.
Chris Jericho offered Moxley
cool
a Ford
spoilers.
GT and an executive vice president of Inner Circle LLC position. If
Offered
he
him
joins.
49%.
49% of the monies.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Stupid asshole
No.
that Moxley really is. He's not going to accept that.
So Jericho, like I said, offered Moxley a Ford GT if he joins the Inner Circle. I want to see Mox, I want to see him go out like Braun Strowman and look like he's going to lift the car and then just turn around to the camera and just go, that'd be fucking stupid. Why would I lift a car? Jesus. Yeah, I'm just going to drive this thing. I'm just going to steal it. Next up, we got an amazing promotion in its own right coming into its own this year, I would say, and that is NXT. The former developmental brand, now essentially, the third brand, and dare I say, the best WWE brand of the year.
They had the greatest wrestler of the year.
I think it goes without saying.
They had the greatest faction of the year.
That's true.
They hold all the belts for most of the year. I'm just saying, they only need a Britt Baker.
Yeah, man, if they had Britt Baker, they'd be rolling in it. Adam Cole, babe. But yeah, NXT. What are our thoughts on NXT at the end of 2019?
I think somebody should wrestle Johnny Gargano in a loser leaves NXT match because he's never leaving NXT.
Get Gargano the
I think somebody should make it their mission.
Ciampa versus Gargano. Loser has to leave NXT.
Yeah. Something sweet like that.
Vince always sticks to those stipulations real hard. You gotta be gone for 2 weeks. Off TV for I can't give you a whole month off.
Right. I'll give you the whole month off, but it'll get tacked onto the end of your contract.
Pretty much. It's those days.
Son of a bitch. But what do you think of NXT this year, Grayson? They got a TV show, man.
Yeah, it's
on the tube.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
it's really good wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Undisputed Era is great. I really like him.
Adam Cole had a fucking absurd run this year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at nothing Adam Cole did this year. I'm trying to think of a bad Adam Cole. His biggest L was probably the highlight for real was fucking Keith Lee trucking him in the ramp.
He got it.
He became a meme for life after that.
When he lost to Gargano at the New York takeover in that big match they had, a lot of people had that like match of the year. He lost to Gargano, but he won it back, so he didn't really take a significant loss or really fuck anything up. He didn't botch shit. He made that NXT invasion angle work like a charm.
Facts.
For Survivor Series.
Facts. Adam Cole might have made every takeover compete versus the Big Four pay-per-view that was following the next day.
That's true.
This year.
Yo, War Games was lit. I know we talked about it on the pod already, obviously, but I fucking love
that. To
War
me,
Games.
that War Games is Adam Cole's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No doubt. Like, the last 3 War Games have been...
Well, just when you have the best faction in wrestling. Undisputed Era.
Yeah. I'm ready for them to kick Bobby Fish out, though.
Get rid of the fish because his legs always...
It can happen. He's always hurt.
Bobby Fish and his horrible leg.
Until he's like healthy.
I feel...
Yeah, so they just...
And they shouldn't jump him. I just think they should let him like walk out.
I feel like it's
Bring Britain.
Huh?
Bring Britain to be the replacement to Fish.
It's like in Ricky Bobby with the granddad when he's like, God bless Chip, his fish and his horrible leg.
That's just, I only say that just so we can push Kyle O'Reilly a little bit more as a singles wrestler.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he works good as a heel.
Yeah.
But with his style, with the fact that he got mad submissions. You know what I mean? And it's just like
Kyle
working
O'Reilly
on bigger guys. Like, I would love to see Kyle O'Reilly versus Keith Lee. I just feel like that would be
he was the guy in like Ring of Honor for a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like he has the ability, certainly. They could do that. And they could they could do, oh fuck, why don't they do that? They blow up. I don't want it to happen too soon because I love Undisputed Era, but they should just blow it up and have O'Reilly feud with Cole like they used to in Ring of Honor years ago. Those two dudes already know each other. Best theme song in all of wrestling is definitely the Undisputed Era song for me.
All of wrestling?
All of wrestling.
I know
now.
Rod loves Judas.
You're a big Judas, Chris
I do like Judas. I do like Judas.
Dude, I fucking find myself
What
watching.
have I become? Now that I'm betrayed. Oh my goodness, you see me at work, I be playing that shit like it's the
See,
word.
I'm at home washing dishes going, shock the system. Burn it.
It's definitely
That guitar lick is fucking fire.
Devitt's theme. Devitt's theme is my favorite.
Finn Balor with
Yeah.
the...
Yeah.
I think you got the best entrance.
Yeah, with the entrance with the hands and everything. That's
Now that
that's
he's
number one for
doing
me. I'm
the
always
fucking
singing
Bullet
that
Club fingers
He's allowed
too.
to shoot at motherfuckers now.
Dude, Prince, he's
That's my favorite theme.
Prince Devitt.
NXT is in a good place right now.
For sure.
They are. They're out wrestling AEW. I will say
They're out
that.
wrestling everybody. They can wrestle with the best of them.
Well, again, we're going to talk about New Japan a lot later because Grayson and I doing all our year-end and decade-end lists, we're like, oh yeah, this is mostly Japanese shit.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a weirdo.
I'm a huge New Japan mark. So but other than that, NXT is, and also NXT. I will say I love New Japan. I'm definitely like a big mark for all of their shit, but NXT is bringing it. I think they're pretty much on the same level these days.
I think Triple H knows
he knows the competition in the world. Like he's thinking of everything.
He can't leave the WWE brand altogether, but he has a lot more to offer to wrestling than just being, one of Vince's characters and just Stephanie's husband. And he's showing it through NXT. Like one, he's aware to how wrestling, like how they getting down in wrestling around the world.
Oh yeah, he's not stupid.
It's not just not flying under the radar. I think he does certain stuff just to acknowledge the fact that, oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen who I want to, go after. Like,
well, I mean, they brought in fucking Shinsuke. That's like a big tell right there. The fact that they got Shinsuke from New Japan. They got Kushida.
Hey, Shinsuke happy, even though he probably not getting the best storylines. He's happy.
He's getting money. He's surfing too.
And yeah, Shinsuke is like the kind of guy. I feel like Shinsuke is a big time America guy. Like,
Yeah.
he seems like he's like how
He's enjoying it.
we have like weebs here in the U.S. that love Japanese crap. Like,
yeah.
he's definitely like a Yankee, if you will. Like, he
Yeah,
loves
Shinsuke just
American
wants to
culture.
surf and smoke weed.
Yeah. And, like, dance like Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah, he's chill. All right, and now we get to everyone's favorite, the Juggernaut. I'm gonna lump SmackDown and Raw together. We're just gonna say SmackDown and Raw.
Did I watch
of
SmackDown?
WWE.
I think I watched SmackDown.
There was a Charlotte.
They didn't
Charlotte
have- that was the
Flair
one that
and,
didn't have the-
Natalya.
I did
Right?
see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
That was the one that didn't have the Lana and Lashley wedding.
I think I seen Raw too. Shit.
Which, spoiler alert, they did not get married because Rusev popped out of a cake. And Liv Morgan came back just to do some terrible lesbian pollen attack angle.
Wasn't Rusev like happy that they were like? How did?
Yeah, why the fuck did Rusev break it up? The whole point was that he's just like, yeah, you take her, she sucks.
Wasn't he happy with all this, and now all of a sudden out of nowhere he just pop? Why are we talking about this shit? Let's.
And apparently fucking Vince loved it. That was like all the dirt sheet shit was like, Vince backstage loves Lana's performance.
He gotta been watching some Brazzers or something.
he was glued to the TV for the whole like hour that it happened, just
What
like
the fuck,
riveted.
Vince? Did you get a new 4K camera that you just had to see the scene?
All right, we're gonna have Liv Morgan come out. She's gonna be like, I used to fuck Lana, and then Bobby Lashley's gonna be like, I fuck Lana now, and then they're all gonna fuck.
Just
and
like-
Rusev's gonna pop out of a cake.
He's just
On
like
some
like
cuck
a
shit.
like a teenager like posting like fanfic of his favorite fucking thing like to the.
Dear Lord. But yeah, best of and worst of WWE in 2019. I'll go first. I'll say the highlight of the year was probably Kofi's arc. Kofi at WrestleMania and all that. That was amazing. And Becky Lynch, Becky Two Belts was good. Royal Rumble last year was good. You know what? I will give them credit, guys. The big 4 pay-per-views were very good.
Delivered.
They were very good.
I think for me the highlight of the year was the revival of Roman Reigns' career.
Yeah. Roman
He
Reigns
is no
back.
longer the most hated thing in wrestling.
Yeah. In fact, kind of liked.
Yes,
Yeah.
like he can walk down a ramp and not get booed out the fucking
Yeah.
arena.
Getting fucking dog food poured
He
on you.
figured that formula out in less time that Cena did, because
Yeah.
Cena still, up until like maybe 2 years ago, didn't know how to fucking handle that shit. If you ask me.
No. No, Roman figured it out. He got somewhat over. He's still working on it, but I think he's getting a better connection with the crowd. And honestly, as much as I fucking hate the dumbass feud, him working with Corbin is really helping him, because Corbin is, man,
Yeah,
who doesn't hate that guy?
that's facts. That's facts. That's
Like, he's just pouring dog food on my man, like locking him up to the side of the ring and making him like dog food Jesus. I think that was the note I took. I might have mentioned that in a previous pod, but yeah, when they were just like pouring dog food on him, it was like, god damn. It's like some shit from CCD.
Damn. Kofi was a big deal for me this year. I'm happy that Daniel Bryan returned this year.
Oh, dude. The
you know,
planet's champion.
Yeah, like the fact that he held it down. He how would Vince say he still main evented at WrestleMania again?
True. Yeah.
At this time as the champion.
Yep.
You know, putting Kofi over. And because I was not that I was worried about it, but I was wondering, like, damn, are they going to put Daniel Bryan over in a classic? Like, that, because I feel like that's the only way that Kofi wasn't going to win that match, is if it was like a 5-star.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel Bryan pulled that shit out.
Hour-long fucking,
like, and the Daniel Bryan story continues, but that wasn't the case this year.
I think this year Daniel Bryan put to rest any people that still said, oh, Daniel Bryan is a great wrestler, but he can't talk. Or his character's boring. He fucking knocked it out of the park with that environmentalist thing with the fucking hemp belt. God damn, that was
the
good.
greatest. Maybe one of my top positives for Raw and SmackDown this year is definitely a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Kind of to continue with this trend. Survivor Series is really good. It's really, really fucking good.
Because they put NXT over.
Yeah, that was great.
Big.
I didn't see it coming.
No.
It was really good. The lead up Raws and SmackDowns were actually, I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Which, like, I can't say that for most Raws and SmackDowns of the year.
I know the women's division separated itself from every other women's division in wrestling for WWE. Like, they're legit probably the 5th best roster alone, you know, out of all the rosters. You know, and that's just with NXT, Raw, SmackDown, AEW. Like, they got a legit 30-woman roster with probably 10 main eventers on there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, they really do.
Like, a third of their roster can definitely...
Their women's division is, I would say, that's a good point, Rod. The Raw and SmackDown's women's division is the strongest point of those shows, really, I think. Like, with the exception of the main eventers, like, the women's division's better than the men's division, generally speaking, on those shows.
I think I agree.
I'm hyped for Asuka versus Becky.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be great.
Yeah, I think
Kabuki
Asuka...
Warriors versus... Until fucking Kairi Sane got concussed that night at TLC, that main event was really good, too.
That was going to be... Yeah, no,
and
it
ended up being pretty good, but, like, it's hard to enjoy it once you see that Kairi got fucking knocked out.
I'll say a lot of my favorite women's matches in pay-per-views this year from WWE, I feel like got kind of marred by botchy finishes. Kabuki Warriors, I liked them a lot. That was a positive to Raw and SmackDown.
Kabuki Warriors were great.
They were pretty good.
Possibly one of the only times in recent memory that I can think of Vince throwing 2 singles stars together and it working. The Kabuki Warriors. They're a good tag team.
Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah, no, the Bar. That's true. But that's about it. Yeah.
Just something that just popped in my head. I know something that could save AEW in 2020.
Ronda Rousey?
Enzo Amore.
Oh, God, no. They're not going to do that. I know they're not going to do that.
Enzo and Big Cass to the inner circle.
I know they're not because of Joey Janela.
I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. Unless it's Enzo versus Joey Janela and like some sort of street fight.
Well, it could, but I saw like... You know, Janela likes to shoot, and Janela was like they had like that goofy fist fight at like a Blink-182 show.
We got money, kid.
Yeah. Enzo's just like, yo, we got money, kid. He's got the homemade mozzarella upstairs. Yes. And Joey Janela's like, what the fuck? I'm from Jersey. That's way too fucking Jersey, bro. All right, so we ended up talking about Joey Janela with Raw and SmackDown. All right, so I'd like to do a little thing. Now we're going to move on to the highlight of the show, the superlatives. We're talking about the best of the year that was and the decade that was a little bit later. So yeah, you know, we normally do Wrestler of the Week. Let's start this one off with Wrestler of the Year.
I'm brawling in Japan like Stan Hansen. Clothes on your ass, put the boys in the back, then I take it to the stand, son. New Jack, no man's transit. Fuck, homie, wanna be the wrestler of the year. Yeah, you wanna be the wrestler, but your spots is shit.
Heads down. I'll rumble both of you guys if your Wrestler of the Year is not Adam Cole.
My Wrestler of the Year is not Adam Cole.
Oh, you owe me a fight. You owe me a fight. Adam Cole
give me the last
is
shot.
the MVP of 2019. He established NXT during the middle of the quote unquote war of Wednesday nights. He is holding it down. Even though the viewership doesn't say this, that, and the other, he is respected in the WWE amongst the greats. All right, we got Triple H and Shawn Michaels pretty much kissing his ass to come out here and wrestle whoever, whenever, wherever.
Facts.
With the fucking NXT belt on. And they letting them win.
Facts.
You know?
They're putting him over.
They're not even asking Johnny Gargano to go out there and get a 5-star loss. They're asking Adam Cole to come out here, put on a fucking show, and let everybody know that you're the man. The bubbly is to the bottom.
Yeah, we finished the bubbly already. It's been about an hour. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's a...
You judging me over here, Roger?
I'm not judging you.
Bubbly in the cup,
You interrupt your Adam Cole diatribe to criticize my bubbly consumption.
The bubbly's not in the bodies. The bubbly's still in the cups.
Just gotta speak about the bubbly. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
Now, I just want to say this, man. Adam Cole's only Wrestler of the Year because AJ Styles took the back seat of all 2019. All right, he let everybody eat this year, B.
We're all eating. Get a fork. We're all eating.
All right, word. My wrestler of the year. So yeah, if we're doing it like that, I guess my wrestler of the year, I might go with Jon Moxley.
Ooh.
I might go with Jon Moxley as my wrestler of the year.
Moxley.
So
you're trying to fight Rod too.
in terms of a total package, he was in. I guess he started out the year in WWE, didn't he?
He did indeed. He started out the year not wrestling because he was injured.
Yeah. But then he hit the ground running in New Japan. I don't know that G1.
Well, no, you're forgetting. He came back to WWE and had a shit show of a month or two.
I do remember this. Oh, yeah, that was awful. Oh man, I really was my wrestler of the year.
No. But to your point, totally changed it around.
Yeah, I mean, in New Japan, he was great. The G1 was great. He was.
He
such a
revitalized
surprise.
his career the second half of 2019.
Such a surprise to me how good he was in that. His promos were great. His in-ring storytelling was great.
The rebirth.
And
him versus Ishii in the G1 was a match of the year candidate for sure.
That was great. I think we've talked about this before, how much I loved he and Yano.
Oh god. That promo is fucking
he and
absurdly
Yano promo
good.
was great.
I will pop out of a motherfucking cake. I will come to your house in the middle of the night in an inexplicably small car that I have somehow acquired.
No, he just had such a good. He just had such a good sense of humor of just everything. Everything was just great, especially in New Japan. And then he came over to AEW and he's like maybe their biggest name right now.
Yeah, he's
at least in terms of who's most over with the crowd. Jeez, people fucking love him.
People love Jon Moxley in AEW.
He had a fucking hardcore match, like a CZW style hardcore match.
Yeah, him and Kenny had that fucking ridiculous ass lights out match.
I will never watch that match again.
You know what's weird to me is it's sort of gaining traction on the internet. I've noticed that like when it first happened, everybody was like, "This was fucking terrible." I felt kind of lukewarm about it, like we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah.
But some people now are like, "Oh, that was the fucking best match of the year," and I'm like, "That's excessive."
Yeah, I don't think it was the best match of the year, but
I appreciate that they wanted to fucking do it, and they went out there and did it.
And that was it. that was kind of more it to me, and again, partially why I'm choosing Jon Moxley. He did a lot of different things, and I think he succeeded in all of them.
Probably the most content, happy wrestler this year. He's doing what he wants to do.
Probably, yeah.
The wrestler who's doing literally only whatever the fuck he wants to do. He said, you know what? I'm quitting WWE, going to New Japan. I'm going to be in the G1. I'm going to have a fucking hardcore match with Kenny Omega. Just literally doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Didn't he, re-aggravate his staph infection, not in a New Japan match, but another random match he was wrestling in Japan?
Yeah.
He really has been doing whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah, he did a bunch of independent dates too. He was in Jersey for some reason.
Yeah, that's my wrestler of the year.
Nice. And so my wrestler of the year is you may know him as the first AEW champion. The one, the only, Chris Jericho, wrestler of the year.
Not mad at that.
I mean, he's carried the brand. I love AEW.
Carried is not the word.
He's made that shit matter. Yes. He really did. And it makes sense. Like nobody else could have been the inaugural champion.
He's selling his history out for Cody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's doing a great job as far as I think Chris Jericho is my wrestler of the year because he has yet again redefined himself. He started off the year with an amazing New Japan match versus Naito. He comes in and joins AEW. He's a part of their first pay-per-view in an amazing match with Kenny Omega. He has a great match with Hangman Page to win the belt. Even the shit he fucks up gets over. Like, he lost the fucking belt, and the cops in Florida had to find it, and he made a whole thing about it on the fucking internet, drinking an entire bottle of champagne while he's, like, in his jacuzzi, like, this is fucking terrible.
Even when he botches, he turns it into something great.
He's a meme machine. He can't do anything, like, a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
And he's rehashing all of his things so well, his promos in the ring. He's easily the best talker of the year. And what's impressed me the most is Chris Jericho is, at his age, I think he's 49 years old this year. He is putting on amazing matches still. Every match that he's had this year has been really fucking good. Storytelling, psychology. He's not the same wrestler he used to be. He can't do all the crazy shit he did when he was younger. But he's really putting all these younger talents in really good places. You know, he's winning, but they're having good matches, and he's building other people's brand recognition, you know? Whether he's facing Darby Allin on Dynamite, or even that fucking goofy-ass match with Jungle Boy was really good. Chris Jericho is my wrestler of the year, and Rod will be happy to know that my 1A runner-up is Adam Cole. Adam Cole, fuck. That Gargano feud alone. Adam Cole put NXT on his back and really made something of it.
Facts!
Next category, like Grayson was mentioning, so I have two separate things. So instead of just Wrestler of the Year, I'm talking Most Outstanding Wrestler. Now, this is just the best in-ring work. Best in ring, most outstanding. Who you got?
All right, now
You could probably go with Adam Cole again.
maybe, but mine is a tag team, and they're not tag team of the year, but in ring. Lucha Brothers are my best in ring performers of like 2019. Like the AEW tag division, it came on later in the year, you know, and it's just like I don't like all of them. Like SCU is not one of my favorite tag teams, but
I love SCU.
they're more over. They're more over with Christopher Daniels playing the third wheel for real. To me, that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
I like them better. Scorpio Sky and
Kazarian.
Kazarian as a tag team. You know, they have good size and great chemistry. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Christopher Daniels is one of those guys like Jericho who's been around forever and wrestled fucking
Everybody.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Christopher Daniels was in New Japan, All Japan, WCW, WWE, ECW. He had a cup of coffee in every company ever. TNA.
Pretty much. I wouldn't even be surprised if he even tried to go like make a singles push.
Yeah.
You know, like they need a secondary singles title on the
They
AEW
do.
brand.
They really do.
You know,
I think that'll happen.
They're
this
still
year.
developing.
They'll do like
you know.
a European belt or something random, like a television.
Yeah, Europe. That'd be great. Actually, they're about to go to Britain soon. Like maybe start a UK belt, a European belt. Like right when.
Yo, seriously, they should just do a Japan belt.
That'd be
Japan.
Instead of like you know, they always got like a TV title or a US
Just do
title.
something totally different.
Just like one. They should, you know, like, yo, keep y'all connections with New Japan good, and do a Japan title that one.
They should
send the belt over every now and again.
They should
send somebody with the belt.
Ring of Honor isn't holding up their end of the bargain in that one. But Lucha Bros, man.
That's just like in ring. Like I can't really just say like Ray Phoenix because like he's impressed me most.
He's
year.
ridiculous.
You know, and it's like Penta like
Penta's amazing too.
yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really. I think I only seen Penta once before the Kenny match that he had with
At All In.
All In, was that the first one? Are you
Yeah.
All In? Yeah, All In. That was the first one.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't really see much of him prior to that, but I knew him. But it's just like since I've been following him a lot more, you know, it's like you know, they're both impressive, but Ray Phoenix to me has like established himself, you know, not as just like the second guy in the group now. Like now I'm looking at Penta sometimes like, damn, who tag team is this? Y'all brothers though. So I'm gonna
right, exactly.
But yeah, no, the what was it called, Grayson? The Escalada.
Escalera de la Muerte. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking ladder of death, the stairway to death, or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a great match with the Bucks. Their feud with the Bucks was the best tag team feud of the year for sure.
Yo,
For sure.
And I still feel this way. I feel like Lucha Brothers, if the Bucks weren't going to be the first AEW tag team, Lucha Brothers definitely should have been the first tag team champions.
I thought they were going to win. I thought it was going to be
SCU. Hey, Rodney.
I hear you.
This is the worst town
I hear you.
I've ever been.
They don't even say that shit anymore. Now
This is the worst
supposed to be
podcast that has
baby
ever mentioned SCU.
faces. This is like, they're supposed to be baby faces. They don't even say that shit now, I feel like. I haven't
They
heard
should
them say it
say
in a while.
they should bring it back as a babyface thing because the world is so meta. Like fucking Smarks know.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to shit on their hometown. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, I fucking hate my town. Grayson, who you got most outstanding wrestler?
I like Rods a lot. Lucha Bros have been great. I mean, going into this year, this was probably my favorite wrestler. And boy, oh boy, was I ever surprised at the matches that he put on this year. I don't think it should be any surprise. It is Will Ospreay.
Woo!
the fucking best bout machine of 2019. He
Indeed.
just almost every one of his matches was like candidate for match of the year for me. But even his tag stuff, even with was it Robbie Eagles? Like that stuff was
Eagle
great
Osprey,
too.
Birds of Prey,
Yeah, no, it
great.
was even like he had I think it was Osprey had the match with the Amazing Red too that was phenomenal. Like it just all year, consistently all year, he's been having like
he had that Twitter beef with Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, that's true too. He single-handedly turned Seth Rollins into the biggest heel of in all of wrestling.
He did, because he fucking called Seth Rollins on his bullshit on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I agree with Grayson 110%. Will Ospreay is my most outstanding wrestler of the year. His in-ring work is second to none. His acrobatics and everything, but he's always had that. But this year he really put together psychology and match construction, and like Grayson said, many of his matches are match of the year candidates for sure.
Bulked up some too. I feel like that.
He bulked up, he put on some weight, he does more power moves. He's got an amazing finishing package of moves now, where it used to be, maybe just the Oz Cutter or something like that, and now he has like the fucking, what is it, the Storm King?
Breaker, maybe it's Breaker, Stormbreaker, yeah.
Let's not fuck this up and put it on there. But anyway, he's got several moves.
And he's got the Robinson family special or whatever the hell he calls that shit.
Oh, the fucking cheeky Nandos.
He has a cheeky Nando kick. Yeah, that's true.
Will Ospreay has just the best like variety of offensive maneuvers. He's got the hidden dagger, the elbow to the back of the head. That's a fucking great one. Will Ospreay is I don't think there's anybody better. My 1A, again, my runner-up is yet again Adam Cole, because I think Adam Cole's strength this year was, in addition to his character work, his in-ring stuff was amazing. Again, he had a lot of match of the year candidates. His psychology and physical ability. He's always playing possum, Adam Cole. His whole vibe in the ring is very opportunistic. Like, he is a heel, but in a way that a lot of fans can get behind, because most of the tactics that he employs are, it's just fucking strategically smart. Yeah. I don't know. He's just a very good psychological wrestler. Yeah, he dare I say, Grayson, he might be the other doctor of wrestling psychology.
Well, I really like Adam Cole too, and I would have, if not for Will Ospreay, he probably would have been my choice as well.
Women's Wrestler of the Year. Who we got, gentlemen?
Well, I know who I don't have as Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Riho?
I know who else I don't have as Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Britt Baker?
I know who else I don't have as Wrestler of the Year.
Ronda Rousey?
I know what man I don't have as Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, Becky Lynch. Took me a while.
To me, seriously, I low key still want to give Ronda Rousey Women's Wrestler of the Year, just for how much she mattered in 2018. Because like the question of if she was going to deliver or not was answered.
She was great,
and the fact that she delivered and already had the roster behind her not to drop the ball for when she takes her hiatus.
Yeah,
women's wrestling is only where it's at currently because of the bar that Ronda Rousey, raised.
It's true. If she came in and she sucked, if she didn't have what it takes in between the ropes in the ring, it wouldn't have worked. They wouldn't have gotten that main event spot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And it's like
she was great.
And I think Charlotte could main event with anybody.
Certainly. I think Charlotte deserves it. Yeah.
I think they could sell it, but and if I don't go with Ronda Rousey, to me it's still gotta be Becky Lynch, I guess. I guess. And I'm only saying that because it's almost unanimous how they fed Becky Lynch, down our throats, almost Roman Reigns-esque.
Yeah, a more likable version, but yeah, essentially the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the man gimmick for her. One, she definitely ripped it off Charlotte. Even though that was probably something that was going to be in Charlotte's arsenal down the line. Yeah, to beat a woman, you got to beat the woman. Yeah. Like that's cool. And it probably still could work, but I just don't like the pushing of the man. Like it's arrogant.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're saying you're the man. Like when Ric Flair said I'm the man, it's because of, all the work he put in. Yeah. And it's like when I hear Becky say I'm the man, it's almost like you want to be noticed. you know, like, to be honest, you're not the man. You know,
Yeah.
just off name alone.
I mean, it only came about because she was fucking with Charlotte.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
for
what
sure,
I mean?
for sure.
That's like the whole.
But it's like, yo, she believes that shit to the end of the world.
But yeah,
You know, it's like you can't tell her that she's not.
Yeah, Becky Lynch I think that she's done good character work this year overall, personally. But yeah, in the ring, she's never gonna be as good as Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, and her
Bottom
style
line.
is completely different.
Totally
you know, she's
different,
more of a
but-
bruiser, bruiser submission style. You know, and I feel like
she's very good. Again, her style of wrestling works. I can't say that she has bad matches by no means. In fact, I have her and Charlotte in my matches of the decade list. So like,
I know
she
this.
can go, but it's just that she's not on that level in the ring.
She owes Ronda Rousey a job. You know, and I feel like Ronda Rousey still owes Becky that match. That one-on-one, but I feel like the only way you get back to that match being what it, you know, the hype of it was, is Becky got to do the job one time to Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
You got to do the job. You got to humble yourself so you can tell the story of the get back. Because when Ronda Rousey comes back, I hope she's on some heel shit, some real heel shit. You know, I hope the honorable mention of mine of Shayna Baszler. You know, I hope that she's on that type heel shit, some real bruiser heel shit. You know, like I hope they run around beating up on the 4 horsewomen all 2020.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I hope they get enough ass whoopings that yes, y'all got to come back together. You know, because it's only strength of
You gotta
numbers.
make it work. Yeah.
I think it'll be Shayna Baszler for me. I don't know. It's been discussed. She's very good. I love her.
I'm not mad at it.
I love her. I love her promo work. I just love her character. I love the
Yeah.
way she carries herself.
Yeah.
She just was like fucking badass. She's
Yeah.
just really
Yeah.
believable and badass. And yeah, I can't.
The fact that
I
she
can't
doesn't
wait
have the
for-
celebrity of Ronda Rousey, she probably had to do a lot more work in ring,
Oh yeah.
and she put that work in, yo.
She did.
She put that work in.
This year alone, now she's a 2-time NXT champion. By the way, Shayna Baszler is also my Women's Wrestler of the Year. She put in a lot of work this year. They were feeding her faces.
Facts.
She was fucking
Yo.
eating up all the baby faces.
I thought when she got Bianca Belair, I knew they were putting Bianca Belair over there. Night.
Yeah.
They didn't, and I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
I was not mad at it.
And you know what? Again, Triple H, like this is about, she put in so much good work this year, but Triple H's booking of Shayna Baszler was great because, to be fair, Triple H booked her like he booked himself or like Vince booked him.
Okay.
She and Triple H could go in the ring, are badass, violent, all this shit, but also constantly cheating, doing underhanded dumb shit, getting their lackeys to help them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, always with that, like, shithead heel sort of vibe edge to it. But at the end of the day, you couldn't hold a candle to them when it, like, really, when the rubber met the road and you're actually fucking beefing, like,
Right.
that was it. Shayna Baszler had a great year, was beating all the baby faces, and that made War Games better, and that made Rhea Ripley becoming the NXT champ at the end of the year so much better, because if they didn't have that build, if they didn't have her just whooping everybody's ass, it wouldn't feel as special. It was a good moment.
Shayna Baszler showed how babyface heavy NXT women's roster was.
Yes.
Like it, and it made everybody get a little bit more attitude, you know, to their character. Shayna Baszler definitely was a force in NXT. I feel like she's probably had the biggest impact on women's wrestling in NXT since
The 4 Horsewomen. Since like Bailey and Sasha.
like I'm even going to put
Asuka.
over Asuka.
Oh,
Like
God damn, how did I forget Asuka?
I'm not. It's almost like if it's not over Asuka, because I feel like Asuka is probably the best thing post the 4 Horsewomen.
Yes, that's
you know. In
Asuka's
NXT.
streak, and Asuka's an amazing wrestler. I love Asuka.
Even
but
though she could come back, she's never lost to NXT.
It's true. I think that Shayna Baszler, I would put her over Asuka only because of the way that she was booked has a little bit more nuance to it. I don't exactly know how to explain it. Asuka was very like just dominant, some Bill Goldberg shit. Where Shayna Baszler, like some of the shit, you didn't know how it was gonna go. Outstanding women's wrestler.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
A little outside the box. I'm going with a Stardom wrestler.
Stardom.
Arisa Hoshiki. She started out with Stardom when they first began. She was super green. with like Mayu and Momo and all these other people. I guess Momo maybe wasn't there, but whatever. When Stardom first started, she like was only there for like a cup of coffee, left for a long time to go do like I think like MMA or something like that, and she just came back like the beginning of this year, maybe end of last year. Came back full time this year, hit the ground running, won a tournament, challenged Momo Watanabe for the belt, beat her in a great match, one of the best women's matches of the year for me. Goes on to have a bunch of great matches throughout the rest of the year. She still has the belt. Yeah, I'd say she probably has maybe my 3 favorite women's matches of the year, I'll be honest. Well, I guess when I first started watching Stardom, I was not a big fan of her, and she very much won me over as the year went on.
Nice.
So,
I now know how people who listen to this show that don't watch wrestling feel. I'm like, who? Did I get the name right? But no, good. Stardom. I want to get into some Stardom, though, because Grayson's always talking about it, and I need to turn myself on to some more shit, because, expand your horizons. Rodney, what do you got?
It's probably not going to sound as deserving, but I'm going to say Bailey for the fact that, one, she figured out how to knock that hugger shit off without disappearing on television, and it almost happened instantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you threw a tantrum, cut some hair, came back like a regular woman does, and started killing shit again. I like her fucking theme music. I like that. Excuse me, I have to go on. Sorry, women who listen to this. Bailey has the best butt in women's wrestling.
I love my wife.
Outside Naomi, who has like
outside my
ones.
wife.
Yeah, what Keith said. But I
love my wife.
I love my single wife, and Keith loves his wife. Sorry, but Bailey just has buns of steel, and I like it with that haircut. It's like I like watching.
I like watching my.
She's looking outstanding in the ring, is what we're saying. She was the most outstanding wrestler.
Yes, Bailey. But like I just like the fact that it's just like she doesn't have to be the lovable lover anymore. And it's just like she can get a steel chair, and I can be cool with that because it's fucking Bailey with a steel chair. You better watch out, motherfucker.
Yeah, she did some good work in the ring. No, she had a good year.
And it's like she had a tear down and rebuild on site.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like she ended the year with the belt, and I'm not mad at that, even though they made her eat the shit from that pay-per-view, Survivor Series. She owes Shayna Baszler a little bit too, but
that's true.
We'll get back to that later in life. But I'm gonna rock with Bailey for most outstanding this year.
Outstanding women's wrestler for me is going to be a former Stardom wrestler who now wrestles in NXT, who turned heel this year in a big way. Io Shirai had a great year in ring, doing some nuts-ass shit. Amazing array of striking maneuvers, moonsaults, great psychology, great facial expressions. When she geeks out with the fucking hair, like she does some really good character work. Basically, when they flipped the switch with her going heel, she was like, I'm just going to be a Kill Bill villain from now on. And it works. She's fucking badass.
For sure.
And I really appreciate what she's been doing in the ring. My runner-up sort of in this category was going to be Asuka. Because I think Asuka, again, every time that she was given the ball in 2019, she had a great match. Yeah, from the championship match with Becky at Royal Rumble to everything leading up to her giving up the fucking belt again to Charlotte before WrestleMania.
Damn, they're fighting Royal Rumble again, too.
Yeah, to the Kabuki Warriors and everything. Kairi Sane, shout out to her. She did a great job. But Asuka, I thought also was really good in the ring this year. Some more superlatives. We got Tag Team of the Year.
I think I'm going to go with Kabuki Warriors.
Okay.
They've only been around for a couple months, but I really like the work they've been doing, kind of making the women's tag belts relevant for, I guess, I was going to say again, but really for the first time.
Yeah, no,
they
for
were
the
never
first time.
important.
They headlined the last pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're adding some legitimacy. I'm glad that we're seeing more Asuka again and like her being kind of treated seriously. I mean, the booking's still kind of dumb, but
Asuka's cool,
I'll take
though.
whatever I can get.
I love my wife, Asuka's
Yeah, Asuka, she looks doper than ever. Kairi Sane looks dope. They're working really well together. Like, I love their heel shit. I love really everything about the tag
You think
team.
America is ignorant enough to not see them pull a switch if they put Io Shirai?
Probably.
See,
If they just plug Io Shirai
I can
with
see
Kyrie.
Grayson's like, is that Io?
I think I've definitely watched enough Io that I think I could recognize Io immediately. But Io and Asuka, man, I'd kind of rather see them as a tag team.
I was gonna say Io and Kyrie Sane because they have that whole frenemy thing going for a long time.
They have a lot of history from Stardom and shit too. Like they know each other really well.
Yeah, Stardom's one of those promotions where I only know about people once they leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, tag team of the year for me. I'm gonna go with the obvious answer and say the Lucha Bros. They came out of the fucking woodwork on 2019. They wrestling in AAA. Of course, Penta was in Lucha Underground for a while, but this year, their year-long feud with the Young Bucks was the tag team feud of the year.
Yes.
And, I think I love the Young Bucks. They're tag team of the decade for sure, in my opinion. And I think
That
that
might
this
not be debatable.
Yeah, I don't know if that's debatable, really.
I think
not be debatable.
And I
Wow.
think they put over the Lucha Bros, and the Lucha Bros got over with their physical arsenal. Like, the creativity that both of those teams displayed in the ring this year was phenomenal. And the Escalera de la Muerte was a fantastic match. So I'm gonna go with the Lucha Bros. And they had a fucking Griselda Records song.
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher and shit. Who was it? Benny the Butcher was the lead artist on that, or was it Conway? West Side Guns.
I think it was West Side Gun.
It was West Side
Because
Gun.
West Side Gun's always talking about wrestling.
Yeah, West Side Gun Lucha Bros. So
My tag team of the year is clearly Undisputed Era.
woo, Fish and O'Reilly.
I don't
Shock the system.
That's a good one. I like
Fish
that
and
one, too.
O'Reilly / O'Reilly and Strong / O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Freebird style.
Anytime Fish is hurt, it's not a bad night.
Freebird rules.
Anytime Fish is hurt is not a bad night.
Still not a bad night. That, and I appreciate the Young Bucks. 2019 also for the fact that they had to fucking build a tag team division. And it's just like what they did for Private Party.
Yeah.
Who if they don't start getting some fucking wins, I'm going to be angry around here.
Yeah.
Private Party, they put Private Party on like Private Party is one of the best tag teams in the world, and it's so early to say that.
Yeah.
But it's just like that one match alone just showed me like,
Yeah, they did.
That shit was dope.
we need more wrestling from them, and it's just like they put them over.
Yeah.
Cause nobody had that shit coming. We were sitting up here doing a show trying to figure out the bracket, where we're all like, "Well, fuck this Private Party." Well, they're definitely losing.
Yeah, they're definitely losing the first round. I think everybody was,
We did not call that one. Best talker. Best on the mic. See, this is kind of a tough one.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Let's just get right to it.
Yeah.
Is MJF over Jericho on the mic?
That's the question. I'm not giving it to
I think there's a third question here.
Moxley?
Are we not talking about Cody at all?
Cody too.
No, I'm
No
not
Cody.
talking about
Okay.
Cody
Alright, fair
was
enough.
really good on the mic though. I'm glad that you brought up Cody, Grayson, because the fact is face promos are bullshit. Almost 10 out of 10 times, especially in the world of WWE. We're so used to just being fed like, I'm so happy to be here in Chicago.
Because it's how you do it.
Yes.
It's just like you could watch a 80s Hulk Hogan face promo, and it's just how you go about. Well, listen here, brother. And it's just like got to put things in perspective for people. But it's just like people can't really tap into like their inner their inner good guy all of a sudden in the world.
Cody did a really good job with that this year. And now he's not my top on the mic. I don't think he's any of ours, but
I feel like he
he's-
had to
it's
be,
good.
but it's worth bringing up, I think.
It's good for him to be in the discussion because he did the best face promo. Like, I mean, this is actually boy, am I gonna say this out loud? He might have done the best face promo this year since his fucking dad did Hard Times. That face promo is so good. But also, like I said, fuck face promos. I don't care about the good guy. I want to hear the bad guy talk shit. And because of that, Chris Jericho is my favorite promo.
I guess there were like Attitude Era face promos but like hardly.
But that's
was
not
a face promo.
Yeah, just Stone Cold talking about drinking beer and hitting his boss.
Right, or The Rock being an asshole to people. Like, sure, it's a face promo, I guess, but like there were no faces and heels. But
yeah. So, but I say Chris Jericho, and it's the reason why. It's one of the strongest reasons why he was my wrestler of the year, is because his work on the microphone this year has been amazing, and he's built these feuds so well on the mic, and he's dealt really well with the fact that he's a fan favorite, but he manages to be a heel still. Like, he'll come out, the crowd will cheer for him, they'll love him, and then he improvises all these things clearly, and he'll always find a way to figure out one thing.
Put you on a dick midway.
Yeah, he's just gonna find a way to fuck with the crowd. Like, whether it's saying that Dusty Rhodes was a piece of shit and he hates just like, he'll have the crowd in the palm of his hand, they'll love him, and then he'll turn and just say something nasty and they'll boo the shit out of him. So he's still got it. But MJF's pretty good too. I don't know.
I want to say this, and this is going to sound mad disrespectful, but it's facts. I'm going to say Chris Jericho because he carried MJF in their promo. Even though it was a great promo, Chris Jericho was carrying him.
I don't know. I think MJF won that promo to me.
See,
he called him crisscross applesauce. That was the fucking.
When I say carried him, it's the fact that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho did that same fucking promo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's clearly a Chris Jericho promo.
Of course.
You know, so it's just like, he just was like, he let it. I'm pretty sure he's in the back. We're like, well, fuck it. They're going to eat this shit up if I do it again.
Yeah.
They want to see a festival of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
We can just give him a teaspoon of that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It makes sense for MJF to be around Jericho.
It does.
But it would have made more sense if he never shitted on Cody and just became a heel again. But still been cool with Cody.
that'd have been kind of cool.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing with Cody and his wife.
Yeah,
Right? It's like my wife is evil, but we're cool.
I'm still like the biggest
But she's
babyface in the
fucking
promotion, but
hot,
my
though.
wife is really evil.
Cody's on Cody's on some I love my wife shit.
Yeah, I was
they're just like,
saying.
yo, your wife is evil. It's like, but she's hot. I love my wife. Whatever.
she's mine. She said, "Def, do us part."
I get to go home with Brandy.
She's not cutting my hair.
My favorite promo was the Moxley promo in Japan, but I would have to go with Jericho too in terms of like just for the year.
Yeah.
Best promos.
But Moxley, I think, also worth mentioning because, especially Moxley in Japan.
Yeah, his stuff in Japan, I just think was better than anything he's been doing in ring or on the mic in AEW.
And so different than what you get in AEW, and also so different than what you get in New Japan. Totally different, which is why it was so revolutionary in a certain sense. Like, if I highly recommend everybody go back, because the promos are really short in New Japan. Go back and watch. You okay, man?
I'm good now. Wrong pipe. I was laughing.
I highly recommend you go back and you watch the Jon Moxley promos from the G1 tournament, because whether it's him like with Shooter, just like talking shit, beating up Shooter, having him like, you know how to drive? Yeah, you know how to drive. To every promo he did was amazing. He put over people really well. And then the Yano promo where he, oh my God, just if you're going to watch one promo that isn't Jericho or Cody or MJF this year, go and YouTube Jon Moxley's promo against Toru Yano at the G1.
I think it was like right after they
it was right after he lost to Yano,
right?
Because Yano like is like a joke wrestler, is like I don't say that as like a dick. He's like a comedy wrestler, and he like tied him with a shoelace to a thing in the stands so he couldn't get back in for the 10 count. So he got counted out. And after the
20 count, but yeah,
20 count. Excuse me, it's a 20 count in New Japan, which makes sense. But anyway, so he cuts a promo, and yeah, it's fucking amazing. I was goofing around with it earlier, but he's basically just like, oh, you think you're silly? I could be fucking silly. And all improvised again.
And again, it's just funny because he's like this like big mean like character. I don't know, like that's his character or whatever. It's just funny to have
unpredictable and violent. Just
being
like a
have
fucking
him
goofball.
Yeah.
Being the best version. What Vince McMahon wanted from him. What Vince McMahon saw in Moxley, Dean Ambrose was like, oh, this guy's badass, but he's also charismatic and very funny. But he just took it to a corny level where it didn't need to go, where like when Jon Moxley is left to his own devices, he can be legitimately funny in a way that doesn't belittle his character. So that's kind of good for Jon Moxley, good for all the talkers this year. Now, gentlemen, promotion of the year.
NXT. Period.
What you got, Grayson?
Man, it's really tough. I think the one... I've been, like, very excited to watch Dynamite every Wednesday. The G1 was also probably my favorite period of wrestling of the year. I don't know. I guess I'd go with New Japan. It's the better of the two.
He's loyal.
I am going to be different than all of you yet again. We'll have a little roundtable here. I went with AEW.
See?
Specifically because, again, now I was thinking about best and what that means. In the way I'm approaching this, also trying to weigh how important it was.
Right.
And the fact that AEW was created this year and had their first year in the books is a very significant thing. When we look back in 2019 in wrestling, beyond the amazing matches, I think we're going to say that's the year that AEW became a company. So for me, they're the best promotion on that. They're the most important promotion of the year, certainly.
Question.
Yeah.
Could they have waited till January to launch?
They did.
No, it's well this January.
Oh shit, no.
Okay.
No, they would have killed their steam.
No, I mean like officially like first Wednesday of the year.
Oh,
it's going to
the
be
show, the TV show. If they did a more consistent pay-per-view schedule, but I don't know how that would have looked in the end. After a while, I think people might have gotten like cold feet with that shit. Best weekly TV, I went NXT for that because I think their TV show has been the best this year.
Whoever uploads the highlights on YouTube, that's the MVP for me. Breaking that 3 hours down to 38 minutes. Thank you, baby.
That's real. Yeah, for best weekly TV, I'd probably go AEW. It's the one I look forward to the most. It's the one I usually find myself, I don't want to say most entertained by. I'm entertained by both of them in very different ways. Just completely disregarding the fact that SmackDown and Raw exist, both of them. Yeah, I'd go with AEW probably.
You have NXT, Rod?
Yes, I'm going with NXT.
Next category, best announcer.
Mamma Mia! I'm just thankful that Tony Schiavone is back on television.
You swerved me, bro. You fucking swerved me.
Even though he doesn't do Saturday pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to just have to go with Jerry Lawler on Raw.
What the fuck are you doing? You're killing
Old
me.
Jerry Lawler is back. I'm happy. No, I'm just joking. Samoa Joe might have been the best.
Samoa Joe is really good.
Yo.
I'm kind of sad he's back in the ring now.
Also, Taz did commentary on AEW Dynamite yesterday.
Yeah.
Taz did commentary. I'm saying Samoa Joe and Taz.
I love
Yo,
Taz.
the announcing game is back. Just
Yeah, right.
Samoa Joe is like the Samoan Taz.
Yeah, no, they're like in the ring. They're very, very similar wrestlers.
He's like California Taz.
Michael Cole is not the announcer of the year.
Michael Cole isn't.
And neither is Corey Graves.
No.
And neither is Ambrose's wife.
No. I'm gonna go with Mauro Ranallo. I was a big fan of Mauro this year. The Mamma Mia shit.
Yeah, Mamma Mia's been good.
He was so good on NXT. Yeah, he really makes
Overall,
NXT
yeah, he's the voice.
on a different level. You know what I mean? He brings.
He is their
energy.
Joey Styles for sure.
Yeah, and what he brings to the table for them, because they have the smaller theater that they perform in and stuff like that, they need an extra level of oomph to kind of carry that, because I love the crowds at NXT. They're really rabid. They're very faithful fans, but there's only so many people that they can fit in that arena. So it doesn't look as impressive as AEW, as we've talked about before, but his commentary sort of makes it transcend that whole situation.
Yo,
Agreed.
Joey Styles is the Jada Kiss of announcing.
Joey Styles is so fun.
Catfight!
Oh my God.
Top
Yeah,
five dead or
Ronaldo,
alive.
he has a partner with him, right? It's a 2-person
Ronaldo is a 3 booth,
it's a
actually.
3
It's Morrow.
He should do it by himself.
No, but he basically does. It's
Yeah.
Morrow, Beth Phoenix, and Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, right. You're totally right about that. There you go.
But it works that they're the best 3-man booth because Nigel and Beth know where to pick their spots really well. Like, they do a good job, and they let Morrow carry it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we do with you.
Yeah,
exactly. Pick the spots.
Gotta have the spots.
Lead pod voice of the year goes to.
I gotta have my slammies, bro.
I would have.
Hand me my slammy now.
I would have maybe gone with Golden Boy if he had done some more more AEW events, but I chose Excalibur. I like Excalibur a lot, actually. I think if it weren't for Excalibur, AEW's commentary would be an old man mess. Yeah, I feel like especially JR and Shivani's like picking it up way quicker than JR, but they early on they didn't know what the fuck they were looking at or talking about. Didn't know who any of the wrestlers were.
Didn't know what they were watching. Wrestling before,
right? Yeah. It was really funny or weird or annoying.
They're so far away,
right? Yeah, they can't see.
They can't see.
Yeah,
damn it, I'm too far away.
I always wonder if they could really see on those little screens, calling matches. Because I'm pretty sure I would just be right there calling and shit, But
yeah, I like Excalibur. I think he has a lot of knowledge. I think he does a pretty good job of calling matches. He's being an indie guy for a while and stuff like that. He knows
PWG, bitch.
He knows his indie wrestling. So yeah.
Rod, did you give a definitive answer after you said every fucking person's name?
Yes, I did.
Which was it? Swerve.
Charlie. Charlie is the announcer of the year.
Charlie Russo or whatever.
Most consistent all year.
Hey, I love my wife.
Hey,
let me tell you.
That's what I'm
saying. Me and Rod are talking. We need merch. We need the I love my wife tee, the official I love my wife tee.
I'm single. He loves his wife.
Woo. Best gimmick.
Is it debatable? Can we just go to the next one and say Fiend?
I said the Fiend also.
I did not.
Yeah.
I said the Planet's champion, Daniel Bryan.
That was Daniel Bryan, Planet's champion. Yeah.
That was
how long did that last?
That's true. It didn't last very long, unfortunately.
Well, the Fiend's only.
I mean, it was like either.
It seemed like forever.
It was like either had Daniel Bryan or Kofi. It was like we were kind of putting like a.
You're just chugging down these fucking hot dogs, and you're drinking your beer, and you're poisoning your body with this evil shit. I'm vegan.
And the hemp belt, I don't know. I thought it was a great angle.
The leather.
It was brilliant. It didn't last. It lasted for a while, but at the same time, it could have lasted off like a year, and I'd have been happy about it. But whatever.
Good gimmick.
The Fiend. No, man.
I'm with me and Rodney are with the Fiend. That was, just a total 180 from the old Bray Wyatt character, but keeping with the supernatural weird shit.
It's not though.
It's not a total 180, but it's like he took
level of creepiness. It's not, but just like imagination wise, he pushed how far that WWE is really going to let you go with it. Like,
I don't think he must have put in a lot of work backstage to get them to let him do whatever the fuck he wanted with that shit.
Brown nose.
Got it. Hey, it worked though. So the Fiend's my pick as well as Rodney's. Best face. Best baby face. Not to say if you're listening to this and you're not in. First of all, if you're listening to this and you're not into wrestling, this is definitely not the one to listen to first because we're just going in. But baby face, not the person with the prettiest face.
I'd probably say the face of 2019. The two faces of 2019 might be Matt Riddle and
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee.
Yeah.
And Keith Lee.
Keith Lee's a very good choice.
Keith Lee's a big one.
If I gotta go one, I'm probably gonna say right now, currently, Keith Lee is probably the face of faces.
He's over.
Massive heel turn on the way. I know it's coming.
Oh, of course.
Of course it's coming. Whenever the beard comes, just
you
gotta be on the way.
Is he growing a beard right now?
No. I don't know. But I just know.
He should get a beard.
He should get a beard and turn it.
Get a fake beard and turn it on. Just put one on.
For the week. You know, and then cut that bitch later.
I'm going Cody. Like we said, he cut the best face promo in like a decade at least. And he had amazing matches. He had his match with Dustin at Double or Nothing was a classic.
He was a heel in that match.
Who was a heel in that match? You're right.
Yeah, he was.
He turned face that night.
All right. So he turned face. But here's the point. Here's the point. That match was beautiful, and at the end of it, he turned face. At the end of it, he turned face, and
only older brothers will feel what that match really meant. Like,
yeah, that was some real
snot-nosed punk. Now you need me, huh? You just kick my ass.
That was some real shit. But the promo against Jericho, the work that he put in on the pay-per-views and the TV show, like Cody Rhodes is the face of AEW outside of Jericho, of course, but he is the head baby face of that company, and I think he did an amazing job in that role this year.
Word. And I was trying to think.
Definitely not Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I was trying to think of somebody to say that wasn't Cody, and I was like, oh, I could say Ibushi. Ibushi had a really good face year.
Ibushi's a great pick.
Had a really good run, a really good face year.
Oh yeah, Ibushi's an amazing pick. He won the G1.
He won the G1, yeah. And he's never had the belt.
Yeah.
He's been a fan favorite for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
This seems like this might be his time.
Oh yeah, so I don't know how much we're going to talk about it, but Wrestle Kingdom's this weekend. So.
Yeah, it's in like 2 days.
Yes.
You guys should do a show on that.
We should. We should just do a double on the Wrestle Kingdom. Maybe Saturday night we'll just fucking live stream it or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to
that.
that.
What time does it come on?
Well,
it's early in the. It comes on at like 4 in the morning.
So we can't live stream it, but we could record while we. I'm not doing that.
So 4 a.m. Saturday.
4 a.m. Saturday and then 4 a.m. Sunday. Yeah, something like
They're
that.
doing 2 nights this year.
So look, I can actually make that.
Like 4 a.m. though? He's probably not going to want to do it. I'd do it, but I don't think he wants to do it.
I'm watching Saturday night, and then I think we were talking about watching before the
Birds game on Sunday.
Watching the Sunday one.
I'll be at work Sunday.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Saturday night and come by and watch some New Japan.
This is getting cut. I probably
Best heel.
Can I ask, is there a worse heel than Baron Corbin right now?
Seth Rollins.
Baron Corbin, best heel. I mean, you're not wrong. He's legitimately so unlikable.
Baron Corbin would be in the inner circle.
Oh yeah.
But Baron Corbin is fucking thoroughly unlikable. He's the classic model of a heel. And he and MJF are equally organic in it, I think. But Baron Corbin is definitely Baron Corbin benefits actually from Vince McMahon because everyone hates Vince so much. I can see so much of what Vince wants in Baron that it puts him over as a heel even more. Yeah, that's fucking true. Baron Corbin's a good choice. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Taichi.
Taichi's
been kind of broke out on the scene in a big way this year, doing a lot of heel stuff. Had that like long build with the claw in the bag for like half of the year, and for him to just break it out at the G1 against Naito, like that was some great like long-term shit. I feel like he hasn't hardly had a single clean win all year.
No, Taichi also, for those that don't know Taichi, it's worth describing. Taichi's gimmick is also like gimmick of the
one of my favorite gimmicks in all of wrestling. Taichi like comes out singing bad karaoke, like he is lip syncing some song with a microphone.
New Japan Taichi.
Yeah, as if he's like singing this weird Phantom of the Opera karaoke song. Yeah. He has a female manager, which nobody has in New Japan.
No.
She comes out before he does, I think.
And she's like super cute and goth and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like a real target for all the Japanese dudes that can't get laid. They're just like, God damn, I hate this guy.
But yeah, he has like this he poorly lip syncs this like song and like can't be arsed to really do a good job. Like hardly's even moving his mouth. And yeah, he sings a song. Then later he does the same gimmick that the dude in NXT has, the cruiserweight champ, who just won from Leo Rush.
Garza, whatever.
Yeah, Angel Garza.
Yeah.
He also has a rips his pants off at a certain point in the match gimmick. Yeah, and then he like hardly ever wins clean. There's always, whether it's interference by his manager or him using some sort of dark arts with the microphone stand or this weird like 70s kung fu movie claw thing that he has. Like it's all sorts of goofy shit that he does. But it's like super heelish bad guy stuff. Yeah.
Very good. My heel of the year is none other, also a New Japan wrestler. My heel of the year is none other than the Switchblade Jay White. What?
I was just gonna say Tama Tonga.
No, he's dope. He's too likable. Jay White is such a prick this year. I haven't seen, again, we were talking about Triple H's heel work a little bit earlier in the context of Shayna Baszler. I haven't seen a heel like Jay White since Triple H. Like he has this beautiful ability of being great in the ring, but just rubbing you the wrong way and doing all the dumb shit. Like just, I've never seen Jay White this entire year. He has not started a match without rolling out of the fucking ring. He won't do it. He just refuses to wrestle for the first 5 minutes of every fucking match. And that's just so classic. And yet he can go. He's a big swole dude and he can fucking fight. But like he always just fucking like, you know, chumps around, acts like a little asshole wimp. And still, you know, he has somehow managed to be the most hated man in Japan. I don't know. He's taken, when the Elite made the Bullet Club cute and silly and funny, they left. Jay White has taken it back to being just despicable gaijin fuckhead foreigners. There's a great pic I was showing Grayson earlier today that Jay White posted to his Instagram where it looks like the fucking Bullet Club with Jay White at the head is like Wu-Tang. They're sitting around in matching tracksuits, flashing the Too Sweet like they're about to go like beat up a dude. Yeah, I fucking love Jay White. He's done some really good work this year, and for me, he is what I want out of a good heel. He's the best heel for me this year.
Great technical wrestler.
And he's gotten...
He's getting better and better. He's had a fantastic year.
And that will segue into the next category, most improved. My personal, I'm going with Jay White yet again because he's gotten so much better in the ring. His final in the G1 with Kota was great. His work at Wrestle Kingdom was great. Basically Jay White has gotten so much better in the ring, and also he's just perfected his dickhead thing and grew out a shitty beard. Which isn't about being improved, that's more of a heel thing, but shitty beard, yeah, easy to hate.
I'm going to go on a limb and say the most improved wrestler this year, and we're going to see a lot more of him coming up soon. Walter.
Yeah, Walter is fucking phenomenal.
Can't be upset about that at all.
Came out of nowhere, basically.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. But it's just like his arrival, the fact that they didn't really build NXT UK around Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, you know, and they actually put the belt on a heavyweight, you know, not Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne actually, he held it down. He's probably the most noticeable UK wrestler in NXT, WWE, NXT, whatever, you know, but the fact that Walter is pretty much doing, you know, most of the, you know, the home shows over there and being the one to carry the brand over there, I'm gonna probably say Walter because he's probably gonna lose to Adam Cole, or he's going to probably beat Adam Cole. He's probably going to beat Adam Cole and then beat Adam Cole for his belt later on that month. Like, I still don't think Undisputed Era is staying on NXT much longer, but
I don't know. Now that they have the TV deal, they might be like the cornerstone of the show for another year. They've only been doing it for like
I just feel like NXT's formula is going to backfire if they start keeping people there too long.
That's true.
That's not Johnny Gargano because he doesn't care about winning, losing, or becoming a bigger star.
Yeah.
And same with Ciampa.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Even though Ciampa is on, I think the main roster radar.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't want to do it. I mean, he's been outspoken saying like that he would quit if they tried to make him go up.
Yeah, I don't think make him, but I feel like if they slid him into a good role or a good deal, like
Yeah.
like
I
if they
think
say
I think Adam Cole, I wouldn't have believed it I wouldn't have believed it a couple of months ago, honestly, but I do think that if they brought him up, they could see again. Vince is fickle as fuck, but there's a possibility that they could push him like a Shawn Michaels or something like that. They could make him the believable light heavyweight that can compete.
My only beef with that is Shawn Michaels doesn't lay down the belt for anybody.
No, and
that
Adam Cole would have to.
Yes, and that would be my problem if they ever try to push him like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Well, but you know what I mean. I'm saying like they would give him like Shawn Michaels as an older dude who wasn't like constantly on the fucking belt. Like when he was like, you know, triple threat match with fucking Benoit. My man, shout out, that's the Benoit reference.
Yeah, we gotta have one every
Ding 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 ding. Benoit reference.
Yo, I just want to tell everybody who didn't hear me say this before. Kevin Sullivan did that shit.
We're coming for you, Kevin Sullivan. 2020 is the year where we bring you to justice, you piece of shit.
All right. Tell me he'll do that to his son and his daughter. No, he stole your wife.
God damn you, Kevin Sullivan.
I understand you're paying Kevin Sullivan. It didn't have to be like that.
Most improved is I guess MJF. I guess it's kind of just like
What's his record?
I don't even know, but like I didn't know who MJF was
wrestled.
going into this year. I didn't know who MJF was.
That's
He's
facts.
like
That's
the
facts.
biggest heel in AEW. He's one of the biggest heels in the
One of those
in
battle
all of
royals I learned who he was.
wrestling right now. Really, almost just purely off his mic skills. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta give him props for that.
Comeback of the year.
Biggest comeback of 2019.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
NWA Power.
Ooh, I like it. The promotion comeback.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
NWA Power,
Yes.
Good call.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her again. Arisa Hoshiki.
Woo, comeback.
Like I said, she came back after being out of wrestling for like a good 7 years.
Who?
Arisa Hoshiki. Yeah. Hoshiki. Yeah. She's really good. Again, has had the belt for like I think over 200 days now. Maybe not that long. A long time. She's had the belt for a while. Had some very, very good matches.
Woo,
this
comeback.
year.
My comeback of the year is one former Dean Ambrose, now John Moxley. So, yeah, injured in the beginning of the year. Came back. Oh, it's a great choice. It's a fucking great choice. Now, came back to wrestling, ate some shit at WWE, and then said, fuck it, I'm off to New Japan and
He
AEW.
lied. He lied to the boss.
I love it. So, yeah, John Moxley, comeback of the year, had a great year after, you know, eating shit for a while creatively in WWE. So more power to him, moving on to bigger and better things.
Like you could make an argument that his Shield mate had another really big comeback of the year.
Oh, yes.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Hey, everybody, shout out to Roman Reigns. I want to say friend of the show, even though I've never met him.
Yeah.
But he seems like a nice guy. Yeah, Roman Reigns. Shout out to Roman Reigns for having the blood disease in remission, the leukemia.
Yeah.
Thank you. What you mean, Rodney?
I don't think.
We're shooting. We're shooting. Oh, hot takes. Hot takes. Hot takes. Ooh, where'd you get this one?
Code Keith loves his wife.
Love my wife.
I'm leaving it.
Damn, son, where'd you get this one? All right, so we talked about Chris Benoit already. I'm just gonna okay, fuck it. I love Roman Reigns. I'm gonna cut this. But yo, what if Roman Reigns didn't have leukemia, but they just wanted to finally get him over as a face?
Who's to say that's not what happened?
What if Vince was like, all right, you know how you had a disease earlier in your life?
Who's to
We're gonna
say-
say it came back, and you're gonna come back, and we're gonna all
Who's to
love
say
you.
somebody's bright idea was a shit? Tell him nigga he got leukemia so they can make him like him. You know what? That's a great idea. Sounds like some old school way to get some heat.
Leukemia, that's a good one. I like that. This is a good cancer because you can't see that one. Oh fuck! I'm going to hell. Anyway,
Pray for Connor's cure.
pray for Connor's cure. Pray for Roman Reigns. I love you, Roman Reigns. You probably did get sick. Regardless, I'm glad that you're back.
He shot a movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Made
dude.
some millions.
Yo,
That's
I'm just
weird.
saying, you were in what the fuck?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, dog. Classics.
Leukemia.
Woo, leukemia.
That's why Ambrose left.
Yeah.
You getting these fake sick days. Tell the truth, motherfucker.
All right, and best feud.
It probably was Gargano and Cool.
Yeah, Gargano.
That's
Cole
a
was my
really
tip.
good one, and it'd be very hard to argue.
Yeah, I can't even
argue with
that.
that.
Classics in NXT.
Anybody
Gargano
wrestle
and
enough
Cole.
not to have a feud?
I'm trying to think
That
of something
good.
I could say that isn't that. I had a couple. I had Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston and The Miz and Shane.
The Miz and Shane. Yo, they fucking brought it to WrestleMania.
Miz and Shane. That was like sleeper best match of the year. That's like a sleeper pick for best match of the
They
year for me.
outpunched their shit so much. They had no business being as good as they were this year.
That was maybe my favorite match of that WrestleMania.
Also, real rap, like Shane was so shit this year. Overall so hated.
Mm-hmm.
That the feud with him and Miz, that's funny because like I can't think of an instance where one person was so reviled and everybody wanted him to be off of TV. And then, but like that feud though was the exception where everybody was like, "Oh, I love seeing like the Miz and Shane." That was over.
We got face Miz that you hadn't seen in forever.
Yeah,
Like
and it
real
worked.
face Miz.
And also because he's like grown now, so like he can still turn on the obnoxiousness and shit. But like,
father.
yeah, he's like a fucking
husband.
dad. Yeah, dude. No, for real. People love that shit.
All right, so the Gargano Adam Cole. It's hard to argue that, but just to give something else that was also very good. How about Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito?
Great feud.
It's a feud that's still ongoing. Potentially, we might see some fallout of that in 2-3 days.
Well, perhaps Wrestle Kingdom 14 night 2.
Yeah, night 2 we might see
Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya
the next
Naito.
part in that feud. But,
Who will walk away with 2 belts?
They had two fantastic matches this year. Very, very good matches.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned matches because it's finally time for Match of the Year.
I'm brawling in Japan like Stan Hansen. Clothesline your ass, put the boys in the back, then I take it to the stand, son. New Jack, no man's transit. You fucked, homie. Wanna be the
Match
of the
year.
yeah, you wanna be the
Match
but your spots is shit.
What do you gentlemen got?
Ooh. What do I have?
Shut the fuck up.
I have that written down actually.
I feel like we've talked about a
Goddamn
lot of my
police
matches of
ruining my
the year.
recordings.
I feel like we've already talked about a lot of my matches of the year. Escalera de la Muerte is actually probably my real favorite match of the year.
Say it proud, man.
Yeah, that's probably number one. But Tam Nakano and Arisa Hoshiki again. Man, really, really good match. I really strongly recommend people go out and watch it.
Grayson's
Tam
telling
Nakano
you.
is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. She's great. As much as I keep talking about Arisa, Tam Nakano, I like her more than Arisa. And Arisa's just had such a great year.
Grayson, everybody listen up to Grayson. Watch some fucking Stardom.
Watch some
I'm
Stardom.
gonna do it.
yourselves
I'm
a
gonna
favor.
do
Watch
it.
some Stardom.
I don't do New Year's resolutions because I think they're a good way to make a person who already hates themselves hate themselves more. But I'm fucking around with some Stardom this year.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up for a trap with New Year's resolutions. Don't do it. But my New Year's resolution is to watch some Stardom. Get into a little Joshi.
Because the other one would be Will Ospreay versus anyone.
Yeah, he had some fucking bangers this year. Rodney, what you got?
The story of Kofi Mania is the match of the year for me.
Oh yeah, and it was a good ass match in and of itself.
Yeah, it fucking Kofi Mania is the reason I couldn't make WrestleMania because the fucking tickets went through the roof because it just got more believable and believable as the days got closer. And I was going to see my first ever black champion not named The Rock. And it just was a touching moment. It was big. It was big for wrestling, and it was big for Kofi. Like shit, he's a workman's workman.
Yeah.
Who literally
He
started at
deserved
the
it.
bottom and won a fucking WrestleMania. Like that is like one of the highest achievements in
feel
sports
good moment.
entertainment.
Feel good moment of the fucking year,
You know?
easily, hands down.
Should have closed the show, but you know,
Yeah.
Vince wasn't going out like that.
I was talking to Grayson about this beforehand, pre-production style, and it's just like between obviously the things that were working against the women's match that year, or this year I should say, was the botched finish one, and the fact that it went on at like 1 fucking a.m. But the other thing to think about is like everybody was behind Becky and Kofi, but again, sort of going back to what we were saying about the Miz, like Kofi's was such a feel-good moment because of the amount of time and work he put in it, but also he's a family man. That's
Always a huge
dude.
seller.
His kids coming in and shit. Like, Daddy was like, oh man, I was about to cry, man. And I was like, that shit is beautiful. That shit is touching.
Style.
That shit is touching. Love it when the family's like all there in the ring with the dude. That's always a good look. Except for Chris Benoit.
You know, I do want to be a little
WrestleMania 20.
I do want to be a little rude and say this. The match of the year actually might have been the Young Bucks and Private Party.
It was a great match.
It was a good match.
But no, the story of Kofi Kingston winning at WrestleMania is one went over for me. Match
of the year: Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi at Best of the Super Juniors final. That's my match of the year. I highly recommend going out and watching it. They put on a fucking classic. I don't even know how to describe the work they're putting in. Will Ospreay doing his aerial attacks and all that shit. Shingo Takagi is like a tank of a human being, and just overpowering him. But like Grayson was saying earlier in the pod, like Ospreay was bulking up this year, so he's coming back with some power moves. It's a beautiful mix of strong style, aerial attacks, and also like the psychology and big match feel of a, dare I say, an Okada Omega sort of vibe. It's a fucking great match.
Yeah, because Shingo's like pretty big for like a super junior, like light heavyweight. Like,
He's a pretty
like,
big dude.
He's like on the bigger side.
He's short, but he's fucking swole.
Yeah, exactly. He's very like strong style.
Match of the year. That's my match of the year. My I will say my runner up that I wanted to mention, my notable honorable mention, is Kota Ibushi, Tetsuya Naito at the G1 Supercard New York that we went to.
Yeah, we were all there.
That is the best match I've ever seen live, personally. Oh, dude, I was on the edge of my seat. They were kicking the shit out of each other's heads. I thought somebody was going to break a neck. It was amazing. There were so many fight forever and please don't die chants. I was in my element, gentlemen. That was an amazing match in Madison Square fucking Garden.
Where the sea is all planted. Mm-hmm. Look at us growing and shit.
Look at us. Look at us now. To think.
We got cards.
We got cards, ladies and gentlemen.
Got Christmas ornaments.
Let's see. Yeah, we got Christmas ornaments. We got cards.
Team Love Their Wife is on our way.
Peep the gram. And so that concludes episode 5, the year-end wrap-up episode of the People's Pipe Bomb. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with me, and much love to everybody in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. As all of our listeners, thank you so much for being here and joining us on our journey. And 2019 has been a great year for wrestling. It's been a great year for us. And we want to say salute, Happy New Year.
Boing.
Anybody else got anything to say?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, motherfucker.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero anno y felicidad.
They don't say marijuana?
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas with lots of joy and makes you happy.
Bars.
I wanna miss you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, 2019, we did it. Love. That's a shoot, bitch. So, also make sure to listen to our YouTube channel. Go and check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, and we're going to do the best of the decade list of best moments. Enjoy that, and we'll see you next year. Peace.
Got that stocking stuffer for you, yo. Early.